Hello and welcome back to the Football Commentaries YouTube channel. It is the game between Leeds and Brighton, which should be action-packed as the last 5 fixtures between these two teams have produced 13 goals, one red card and even an own goal. It will be the 46th fixture between the two teams. It will be the first one in the Premier League, with Leeds sitting 12th, Brighton 17th. A loss for either side will be a major setback in which the season is hitting its halfway point. The madness of Bielsa and the slick passing play of Brighton, Ellen Road could be the venue for the goals this weekend, and we all hope so as well in the stream. Welcome back. Kickoff is just in about 10 minutes' time, and let's hope for goals at Ellen Road. And this should be a good game, hopefully, with the ways both team plays in terms of Bielsa's just non-stop running of his players, and Brighton do like to pass the ball about and play their own way, and they did that against City, I think, quite well against Manchester City in the midweek. So hopefully we get some goals. Hopefully it's a good game. Welcome everyone to the stream, and let's hope for some goals. Let's hope for some goals. Big Sam got his first win. Yes, he did. I was just watching the end of that game just before. I want me to sort some things out. Yeah, it was a good win actually as well. To be fair, for Big Sam. Yeah, it was the way they did it as well. The way they did it was very impressive. You know, you've got to dig in there sometimes, and that's exactly what they did. West Ham v Burnley is also on at 3, so I'll keep up to date with the score in that game. So yeah, let me make sure the time is working. Give me a second. Okay, yes it is. Nice. Hello everyone who's just joining. If you are here, just leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help out massively. Kickoff is literally in about 8 minutes time, and they are the two teams on your left and right. I've gone for that for Leeds. Google was saying like some mad like 3 midfield, 3 at the back, 3 up front, mad formation. I was like, I don't think Bielsa would necessarily do that. I think he does like to play the 4-1-4-1, and he has played that Strauch in CDM before. And Rodrigo has played in that centre midfield role before. So I think that's what they'll go with. Aylin playing at the back again. Sorry about that. But trying to move on. Aylin is playing at the back again. Aldiowski keeps his place at left back. Sounds like cats you got out there. Dogs. Close. Dogs. Yeah, Aylin is just going to play at centre back today again. Llorente, the Spanish centre back they signed in the summer, is on the bench. Back on the bench. He struggled with injuries. He only played one game this season. Actually, not even been on the bench for any other games, and that was against Chelsea away. So he's back on the bench, as you can see. As well, a big loss, and it's a bit of a weird one why he's not playing, is Meslier, the Leeds goalkeeper. Casillas in, and I was just watching Sky before, watching Bielsa's interview, and they said, why is Meslier not in the team, Bielsa? And he said he's just not available. So then they asked, is it injury? What's wrong with him? And he just goes, he's just unavailable. So we don't know why Meslier not available, but we just know that he's not in the squad today, and that's a big miss for the Leeds defence. Yes, he conceded 33. Obviously, that's not great, but some of the saves he made, he's kept 6 clean sheets this season, and he's been fantastic for Leeds this season. Is the mic okay as well? Is it loud enough? Just let me know. Yeah, Stockport as well. Yeah, that was the last commentary. Did really well, actually. Got about 1,000 views. That was fantastic. Well, obviously not the result for Stockport, but no, it was unlucky. They held their own. So yeah, you can't do. All they could do was play the best they could, and Stockport did, and they were just unlucky to come short near the end. 4-win Leeds. What score are you going for? It's going to be goals. I'm hoping for anyway. Leeds loves goals, 5th highest scorers in the league. This year they've scored 30. 10 of them have been from Patrick Bamford. See if he gets on the score sheet today. You know what? Let's go for Let's go for Leeds 4, Brighton 3. 4-3 we're going with. Mark is decent. Cheers, Callum. Thank you very much. Yeah, some people just like it quiet and then it's too loud and it's what the teams are coming out. Let's go through the lineups quickly. We've got Casilla in net, formerly of Real Madrid. Actually won a couple of Champions League. Yes, he didn't really play a part in that, in winning many of them, but he has played. He has won a couple of Champions Leagues himself. A back three of Dan Burn. I'll go for Brighton first. Sorry, why are we doing that? Sorry. Right back is Stuart Dallas. Usually plays at left back, but he's having to play right back due to the injured centre halves that Leeds have got. Luke Ayling at centre back. He's played all games this season, not all minutes, but he's started every single game so far, with the captain Liam Cooper playing alongside him. Aliofsky, who scored a great goal against West Brom in their 5-0 winner a couple of weeks ago, he plays at left back. Let's see if he can get on the score sheet again. And then we've got Matthias Klick in the midfield, with Rodrigo and Strauch playing like the holding midfield role. He was once substituted this season after about 17 minutes because he got a booking, then made another foul, and then Bale decided to take him off just in case he was getting a further yellow card. So I thought that was quite interesting. Rodrigo also plays as well, formerly of Valencia, has a bit of Champions experience, also played it for Bolton in the Premier League around 10 years ago now. 2 wide players of Harrison and Rafinha, and Bamford leads the line. 10 goals, 3 assists. He's looking good today. Patrick Bamford, he could do with a goal. No goals in his last 2 games. It isn't the worst dry spell of all time, or no goals in 2, but he'd like to correct that. And then the benches: Capriel, Llorente, Davis, Jenkins, Roberts, Costa, Hernandez, Shackleton, and Poveda. Then for Brighton, it is Robert Sanchez, who's took the spot of Matt Ryan, who looks to seek a move away from Brighton. Adam Webster, Lewis Dunk, and Dan Burn at the back, 6'3", 6'4", 6'7", respectively. Joel Veltman and Solly March will play as wing backs, with Ben White and Pascal Gross playing in the midfield. No Bazuma in the starting 11. He's back from his suspension after picking up 5 yellow cards, second suspension of the season. He also got a red card against Newcastle earlier on in the season, but he is on the bench, so he's back in the team today. And then a front 3, I'm presuming they'll just move around, of Neil Maupay, Leandro Trossard, and Alexis McAllister will play as like a 3. And then the bench is Walton, Jenks, Sanders, Cadra, Percy Tau, who played okay against Manchester City. Alzate is back in the team after recovering from a little bit of illness. Basuma, David Proper, and Sakiri is also on the bench as well. And I'll be interested to see if you can see on the bench, he's a third name on the Brighton one. He's called Max Sanders. I was just doing some research on him, and he was compared to Gerrard in the newspaper. So, take that what you will. If he gets on the pitch, I'd like to see how he plays. Sky have actually lined the teams up like I have, so I'm presuming they're going to go with the 4-4-1. Like the stream, lads. Yeah, everyone like the stream. It literally is one click of a button and it's done. If you're not subscribed as well, that would help massively. Just literally takes 2 seconds and it just helps me out massively. And you're all legends who do that. Is it starting soon? Sorry, I missed that. Yes, it is. 2 minutes now. 2 minutes and then we are underway. Very excited for this game because I was talking about this on another stream before. I usually do like games, like usually there's always like one of the bigger teams playing in the game, if you know what I mean. There's always like a City, United, or Liverpool, like one of the big teams. I've not really done many like two kind of bottom half teams playing against each other. And I thought Leeds, who would love to score, and Brighton, who love to play their own way, despite no wins in their last 9. I think it's going to bring goals. I think it's going to be an interesting game to watch and commentate on. We're literally about to get underway. Minute till kick-off. Brighton in their home strip. Ben White did play every single minute in the Championship for Leeds last year. They did try and get him with 3 offers, the highest being £30 million. Brighton said no, and he signed a new deal with Brighton as well. Ben White should be interested to see how he plays in the midfield, usually at centre-half, but due to the injury problems Brighton are having at the minute, he's having to play in central midfield. They've got bad injuries. Lallana, Welbeck's out. They're the 2 main players who are currently missing. So, see if they can deal without them. No Tariq Lamptey as well, but he's going to get underway with Brighton kicking from right to left, Leeds left to right. Can we get the game we would like? Kevin Friend is the referee. We're waiting for him to blow his whistle and Brighton to kick this game off. Thank you to everyone here. If you are new, like and subscribe. All 2 likes and the 12 he's in here. So who's not liking, get that like button pressed. I'm taking the niche of Black Lives Matter. As you can see, it is there. So yeah, we are all supporting a fight on this channel. And if you ever condemn any racism or anything in the chat, you are going to be banned and you will not be welcome back. But we are underway with Webster clearing it to the left-hand side towards Dan Burn. He does win his header at 6'7". It's been played to McAllister, who already lays it off to Trassard. Back to McAllister, looks to feed through Neil Maupay, cut out by Leeds. Dallas clears down the line towards Bamford, met by Lewis Dunk. It's now to McAllister again, just on the left wing position of Brighton. Played back towards Pascal Gross, who tried to play a curled ball over the top down the line towards, I think it was either Solly March. Didn't quite read it too much on it, and Cassilia for Leeds can have the ball in possession. And Leeds are now on the ball. I'll get the timer started now. There we go. And yeah, let's hope for a good, exciting game of football. Obviously, Brighton have had to travel quite a bit the last 6 days, even playing Newport away, Manchester City away, and then Leeds away. It's been quite the travelling for Brighton and Graham Potter's team. And Bielsa there, kneeling down again as always. As Dan Burn actually wins his header out for a throw in for Leeds in the attacking final third. Played just over a minute, still the 0-0. Number 15 Dallas, who scored an absolute whirly against Manchester United in the 6-2 defeat, gets the ball towards Click, dispossessed by Ben White, cleared down the line by Dan Burn towards Neil Maupay. Luke Ayling heads it behind him to Cooper, and his pass has gone over to Rafinha. Tries to get it to Alioski, pass has gone short. Can't quite get on the same wavelength. And the pass is going to be made by a Brighton player. It's Trossard going to his left to Pascal Gross. In ahead of Basuma today. And Proper, who started against Manchester City. And here is Solly March. Brought on against Manchester City. Didn't start the game. And he's got it to Adam Webster, the penalty winning scorer against Newport. Brings the ball all the way to the edge of the box and releases to his right to Leandro Trossard, who knows got skills in his locker. Can he get a cross in? He does towards McAllister, cleared away by Liam Cooper, who did score an own goal in this fixture once in the 4-0 defeat they had at Brighton back in 2016. It was actually 4-0 in 38 minutes that day. Obviously, like I just said, Cooper contributing to that with an own goal. They won't want the same kind of scoreline today, Leeds, as Dan Burn goes behind him to Pascal Gross. Now Dunk. Back towards Robert Sanchez. 7 Premier League games this season. 1 clean sheet so far after replacing Matt Ryan. His kick's gone straight to Solly March, who headed it on towards Maupay. Luke Ayling just on the edge of the box takes it down, and he's been brought down as well by Neil Maupay as he went towards the right hand side. It's going to be a free kick for Leeds United. Thanks to everyone who is here and enjoying the commentary so far. Just under 3 minutes in, it's been pretty much all Brighton so far in terms of possession, but I'm presuming that will change a little bit throughout the game. All being put towards Click, header won by Adam Webster towards Trossard. His header against Alioski couldn't be won, and Leeds are back in possession and just in their own half with Strauch. Here's Pascal Strauch. We've got Pascal Gross and a Pascal Strauch. Harrison back to Dallas to Luke Ayling again, just in their own half. Cooper, I'm sorry about the noise, it will go. Alioski, down the line, header won by Webster out for a throw-in. I'm so sorry, it will go. I don't know if you can hear it that well, but if you can, I do apologise. You can definitely hear that, sorry. Dallas on the ball. I think they're actually going out, so that's a good thing. Always been dispossessed here by McAllister. Down the left, goes inside. And just has to slow down. Leeds players get back, and his pass has been inset. It's quite a lazy pass, and that's also a poor pass from Pascal Strauch, going straight to the Brighton keeper. I think they've actually gone out, so I think that's a good thing. Dunk over the top through ball, looking towards Solly March. Header won by, I think that's Jack Harrison. That's a great header won actually by the loanee from Manchester City back to his goalkeeper, and the pitch is looking woeful. That pitch is looking shocking. Looks really long and really cut up already. They've just zoomed in on it on the camera, and that looks horrific, that pitch. Even I'd expect better quality on my pitch that I play on. Where's Cooper on the ball? For Leeds, will bring it forward. The captain goes down the line to Click, inside to Rafinha. Can't quite get it to the Brazilian winger, but the interception, I think from Adam Webster that was, has been cut out for a throw-in. What's going on? I'm sorry, I don't even know what's going on myself. Alioski throws back to Liam Cooper. Could have maybe done it a different time, this, but I can't do it. I didn't know they were going to do this. Dallas shifts it to his left to Ayling, goes for a switch towards Rafinha. Brought down, overlapped by Alioski. Can he find him? He will, down the line. Falls perfectly in front of his feet, and he gets a low cross in. Oh, it's just been right past the post there. Who was that player going towards it? He's actually down injured. I think it's Rodrigo. Got towards the near post. Absolutely dashed across the post, and that was very, very close. Great ball by Rafinha, finding the run of Alioski. Was onside, zipped it across goal. What a ball! Oh, just tried to get his foot on it, I think from about 5 yards out. The pace and the movement on that cross was incredible. His right foot just couldn't quite make contact on the ball. And when you see that on highlights or replays, if you're watching the game, watch the movement of that cross. Unlucky by Rodrigo. First real chance of the game goes Leeds' way. As Brighton have a throw-in on the left-hand side here as Liam Cooper cleared for Leeds. Great ball by Alioski. The way he got that to move, I think actually maybe put off Rodrigo as he got in front of Lewis Dunk at the near post. Alioski has got 2 goals himself as well. Both games, Leeds have ended up scoring 5 goals. 5-0 against West Brom, like I mentioned just before, and 5-2 against Newcastle at home as Solly March heads on the throw-in. Falls to Dallas, who tries to work his way away from McAllister, and he does so nicely. Left-footed ball into Rafinha, just inside his own half. Inside the CDM roll. Plays it back to Luke Ayling. Plays it to Click. Strauch. Now Alioski again. They'll be asking for him to put a few more crosses in like he just did, because that was a wicked cross. No one would be able to deal with that as Luke Ayling looks to set free Jack Harrison. Straight into the hands of Robert Sanchez. It's interesting to see. I thought usually Rafinha plays on the right and Harrison plays on the left, but they've actually swapped Harrison on the right, Rafinha on the left. Maybe looking to cut in on his left foot, Jack Harrison, like we saw him do actually on his right foot against Leeds at the first game of the season. On the left, cutting on the right and putting a great finish as Robert Sanchez's kick looks towards Maupay. Again, I think just headed on by Cooper behind him to Casilia, who is in today for his first ever Premier League appearance. Meslier unavailable, that's all Bielsa said. Did not say any more information, didn't mention an injury or anything. He just said he's just not available today. He's quite secretive about the reason why he's not in the squad today, Meslier. Wasn't in the squad against Crawley, but that would be expected. It's an FA Cup game, you'd expect your backup keeper to play. Ball being put in over the top. It's been found to Rafinha, looks to go inside, cut out by Veltman. Can he avoid the corner? He can. It'll be a throw-in for Leeds. Oh, well, no. Oh, it's offside, the referee, the linesman said. Simon Beck and Adrian Holmes are the linesmen today. I think it's Rafinha who was going for the ball over the top. Was offside in the end. Robert Sanchez, number 26, 6'6", the goalkeeper. He'll be taking the goal. He'll be taking the free kick. He is only 23 years of age. Spanish. Spent a loan spell at Rochdale, I think last season. And the kick's gone long, and it's been Leeds who can get it back to their own keeper, Casilia. Kick towards Harrison. It's Solly March who keeps it away from him. And it'll be thrown for Brighton in the end. Poor kick from the other Spaniard in the other goal. He's 11 years older. And Maupay's through, been brought down in the box. I don't know what's happened there. The camera was on Casilia. Maupay went down. Referee said no foul. I'm presuming VAR will check it. And Leeds come away with it. Let's have a look. Thrown into McAllister. Played through nicely to Maupay against Luke Ayling. Not much contact. I don't think that's a penalty. Went into Casilia's hands. Sorry about that. They were showing Casilli, and when the camera went back onto the game, Malpe was through and was brought over by Luke Ayling. I don't think there's enough there for a penalty kick. And the game does continue. It is Rodrigo to Click, looks to go through to Bamford. Too much on it, straight into the hands of Robert Sanchez. That's twice now at Ellen Road where the camera's been on a replay or on a player, and they've broke to like a goal or a good chance. It happened when I did Leeds versus Leicester, and Vardy broke through, squared it across to Harvey Barnes, and we just didn't know what happened. Well, here's Dan Burn in the midfield for Brighton, wins it back. It's now Ben White, worked over to Adam Webster. To his right, to Joel Veltman in that Brighton right back position. Gets into Trossard, first time layoff to Webster. Pass straight behind Trossard, out for a throw-in for Leeds. That's poor from Adam Webster, who scored the own goal against Newport and then scored the winning penalty as well. This is Liam Cooper. Yeah, no penalty is going to be given for that decision for that suspected foul on Neil Maupay. I just don't think there was enough contact by Luke Ayling. But talking about the pitch, I actually read just before the game as it colds up there. Pass from Liam Cooper goes straight to Trossard. Just wasn't enough power on the pass, and I think that's because of the grass. And Brighton have the ball. They played it back to Robert Sanchez, who clears first time. And Sky have had a technical difficulty with the cameras, but we've gone back to Joel Veltman, chesting it forward to Pascal Grouse, and it's now Dunk to Burn. Back to Dunk, over to his goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. I'm sorry if you can hear any noise. It is frustrating me as much as it might be frustrating you. I don't know how loud you can hear the barking, but I do apologise. So Harrison heads it forward, straight back to Dunk as Brighton look to play the ball forward. He's done it again towards the same side. He's been brought down there, Solly March, or is it the other way round? I think it's the other way around. I think March brought down Harrison there as he tried to block off his run. I think it's going to be a free kick for Leeds. Number 22 there for Leeds. Yeah, it was Solly March holding the arm of Jack Harrison. Just on the edge of the box as well. That'll be a Leeds free kick. You can play it to their right. Forward. Here's Dallas on the ball. Luke Ayling looks for an over the top through ball again towards Rodrigo. Header won by Webster, forced to Burn. Played to Solly March, just a bit behind him. Just has to play it down the line, which has been cannon off the knee of Jack Harrison. It will be throwing. Still quite deep inside the half of the Brighton half, as West Ham do take the lead against Burnley at home 1-0. Mikel Antonio took them 83 minutes to score against Stockport County in on Monday's game. Only took 9 minutes today. As a ball launched forward towards Trossard's gone over Alioski, and Trossard can bring it away. Alioski has recovered down the Brighton right hand side. He looks to cut inside Trossard. Strong tackle by Alioski, but it's been kept under the path of Trossard. He does work across into the box, and it's Casilli with a good catch. Maupay looked to put him under pressure, but the former Real Madrid keeper was easily able to collect that cross. This ball's been put in towards Rodrigo. Curled down to the left-hand side towards Matthias Click. Just inside the Leeds half. He turns and bursts forward, looking to enter the Brighton half to maybe spur on a chance, and he's played it to Alioski. Looks to get an early cross in, blocked off by Joel Veltman, formerly of Ajax, part of that team that did get to the semi-final, but unfortunately beaten by Tottenham in a very dramatic fashion a couple seasons ago. Throw in, back towards Liam Cooper, and he's had to go to his goalkeeper, Kiko Casillas, who was in goal for that Crawley game in the FA Cup, as a Leeds ball over the top straight to Robert Sanchez. Quite poor, actually. The passing has been poor, but like I was saying before, they've actually spoke about having a full revamp of the pitch, Leeds, I'm presuming at the end of this season. I don't think they can do it in the middle of a season, as Dan Burns overran it and he's been tackled by Dallas, and he's also put a tackle in on Dallas as he won the ball, and it will be a free kick for Leeds. Yeah, they were talking about revamping the pitch, and they have to, because it looks awful in certain areas. Yeah, Dan Burns overrunning it and taking out Dallas in the process. The Northern Irish international. 51 appearances for his country as well, Dallas. Doesn't mind a goal as well, especially for Leeds. He's got 22 goals in 209 appearances. This is his 210th, and he's still on the ball here in the right back area. Goes down the line to Harrison, makes a run in the inside channel, and it's Dallas out wide again to Rodrigo. He's going to put a left-footed crossing towards the box. Dunk intercepts. His prodded ball's gone to Trossard. Can't take on Alioski. He's been challenged. and they've won the ball back, and it's now clicking the midfield area. Goes to his left to Alioski. Can he work in another cross? He can. It's floated in towards Rodrigo over his head. Dan Burn heads it away to the edge of the box. It falls to Mateus Click. Left-footed strike, always rising over the bar, the Polish international. That will be a Brighton throw-in. A goal kick, sorry. Mateus Click, 2 goals himself as well. One was against Fulham in a 4-3 victory at Ellen Road. Always going over the bar, that strike, though, unfortunately, for Click. Was at one point at Wolfsburg earlier on in his career. Didn't actually make a senior appearance for the German club, but he has found a home at Leeds United. Been there for 3 years now. 125th appearance for him as well tonight, or this afternoon, shall I say. Robert Sanchez takes the goal kick to the left-hand side where Dan Burn can't win the flick on. It's over his head, and then I think that was Solly March trying to play it towards Maupay. Luke Ayling intercepted. It's gone back to the goalkeeper. He rolls it back to the makeshift centre-back of Luke Ayling. I was watching a video on him, actually, I think it's from a couple of months ago, actually. And, you know, he is seen as the funny man in the Leeds team. Luke Ayling always having a joke, you know, keeping the spirits high. And he's still on the ball here. Right centre-back area. Dallas. Inside to Strauch. Back to Luke Ayling. Works their way from Maupay and dinks a ball over the top, looking for Bamford, who will chase. It is Dan Burn who wins the header. Solly March flicks it over his head to Gross. Great first-time passing to Ben White. Back at Ellen Road again. Had to play in the full last season there. Gets into McAllister on the right-hand side on the edge of the box. Goes inside to Trossard. He's in the box. Back against goal. Tries to relate to McAllister. Squares it to Maupay. Free on his own. Easily able to tap it home for 1-0 Brighton. And it's Maupay with the goal. 7th of the season. And if they're going to be wanting to stay up, Maupay needs to score. And he scored today, and that's an unbelievable goal from Brighton. Great team play. Those front three linking up Trossard, McAllister and Maupay. The Frenchman's delighted with himself as he gets on the score sheet. Let's have a look at it again. It's McAllister who brings it forward. And he goes inside to Trossard, held it up, relayed it back to McAllister. Then a cross goal. Luke Ayling fell asleep, left Maupay on his own. And it's an easy tap-in from literally about 4 yards out. Open goal. Luke Ayling was the one who fell asleep, hands on the hips. Even though we just called him the funny man in the squad, we no laughing about that encounter. He's left Maupay on his own. And it's an easy tap-in for him. And it's a great goal from Brighton. And on the run of play, you'd probably say Brighton are the ones who deserve to probably go ahead in this game. Leeds 0, Brighton 1. Maupay was onside from the fullback, and he's got the ball here again. Plays it to Trossard as we do restart with Trossard getting the ball in towards Pascal Gross. Too much on it. Pascal Strauch can just see it through in behind for a goal kick. Thank you everyone. If you can like that, would be fantastic. Great free flowing play though from Brighton to get through from Maupay, Trossard and McAllister. McAllister is Argentine, despite the name. His grandfather is Argentine, he's brought up there. And a ball through to Rafinha in behind. It's Joel Veltman who have to get over to the Brazilian. In the final third, works across and along the ground to Bamford. Can't quite get the right contact. And Solly March can just play it behind for a throw-in. Still in that final third. Great ball over the top, looking for Rafinha from the back line there of Leeds. Held up against Veltman, works a bit of room. Got the cross in through the legs of Veltman. And Bamford couldn't quite connect to maybe work a way of getting his 11th goal in the Premier League this season. Right across goal it went. Could be dealt with by Solly March in the end. I think it's going to be a Brighton throw-in here, a Brighton free kick here. It may have been because Rafinha was offside or because it was a throw-in on the opposite side, so I don't know what's happened here. Again, I can't hear what goes on, or if they're showing a replay and something's going off pitch, I literally can't physically see it or hear it myself. So Brighton have got a free kick just halfway through their own half. The goalkeeper will take it. It's a kick towards Dan Burn, who will flick it on towards Liam Cooper of Leeds, who just launches it forward towards Bamford, who can attempt to bring it down. His touch is heavy, and Lewis Dunk can get across and clear down the line with his left foot, helped on by March, and it falls to McAllister, who can chest it down, and he can try and get through to Solly March. Too much on the pass, he will go for a goal kick, but good positive thinking from Brighton and Hove Albion in the first 20 minutes of this game. They are just outside the drop zone. They're currently 17th. Fulham are 18th, just 2 points in front of Fulham. They're on 12. Brighton would be on 14 if they lost today, but they're currently on 17 with the win today. If this would only be their third win. Their two other wins have come away from home against Aston Villa and Newcastle. So if a win's going to come, it is more likely going to be away from the Amex Stadium. Rafinha on the halfway line has it for Leeds. Tricks his way past Ben White and slips it through to Rodrigo. Can't quite get it under control. Dunk gets there. Plays it back to his goalkeeper who clears it first time. Out for a throw-in for Leeds. Too much on it. Trossard couldn't keep it in. But one of their last away games, Brighton, was 3-3 against West Ham. Thanks to everyone who's here. 15 people. Sanchez clears. The Leeds try and break their way through. It's Cooper who heads it over to Dallas. Nodded down to Luke Ayling. So it's 2-2 against West Ham, 3-3 against Wolves at home. A new one game was 3-3 and one was 2-2. Luke Ayling with the ball for Leeds as they look to go forward again. Brighton cut out their last attack. Can they do it with this one? Yeah, 2-2 against West Ham. Dunk scored that day. It was cut out by a Ben Johnson goal for West Ham. His first in the colours of claret and blue. As Luke Ayling plays it to Harrison outside of the foot pass towards Dallas. He brings it down. It's beautiful. Left-footed ball in. Cut out by Dunk. March inside to Ben White and he can bring it away for Brighton. Like I said just before, he did play every minute of the Championship season for Leeds last year. Ben White scored in the last day of the season as well against Charlton in a 4-0 win. He's marauded down the right-hand side. He's been found here as well. Tackled by Pascal Struijk and wins a throw-in for his team. Great play from Ben White. Brighton were able to fend off the interest of Leeds to bring him to Ellen Road on a permanent deal. And he was rewarded with a contract from Brighton. Won a great run there as well and was found after just releasing the ball to one of his teammates. Veltman throws it down the line to Trossard, gets there and gets a cross in, headed away, looped in the air and it comes off. I think that's Jack Harrison last out for a throw-in. I think it came off maybe the chest of Luke Ayling in the box. It was a wicked cross in, latched across the box. So Luke Ayling head actually, got it away and then another Jack Harrison head was the ones who helped it out for a throw-in and it's gone for a corner this time as the throw-in from Solly March was towards a winger and it was blocked off by Luke Ayling again. Again, sorry I didn't see it. Sky Sports cameras are doing my head in, show the game. But it has worked to a corner in the end. Leeds can't really be going 2 goals down so early on. That will be a massive setback. Like I said at the start of the commentary, the loss for our team will be a big setback in their season if we do hit the halfway point. Crossed in by Pascal Gross, punched away with the right hand of Casilia. Will fall to Joel Veltman. Goes in the box to Dan Burn. Tries to flick it onto Trossard, cut out. It's now Rodrigo. In the box is Luke Ayling. Does get the clearance away. Headed forward by Webster. Headed down by Pascal Struijk. Straight into Dan Burn. Now Gross, White, Burn. Nice triangles being made here by Brighton. Just lays it off to Trossard on the far right hand side. McAllister into Dan Burn. He's in a right wing position for Brighton. Goes inside nicely to Trossard. He's in the box. He's got Maupay in the box. Will he find him? It's a strike. It's deflected onto the post. And it's fell to Pascal Gross on the left hand side. How close have we got for Brighton for a second goal there? Unbelievably close. And Gross looks to play an interchanged pass down the left towards Trossard. And it's a little bit inaccurate there. And out for a goal kick for Leeds. How close was that? Dan Burn inside to Trossard. From the tight angle, deflected off the boot of Luke Ayling. I think it went off the bar, actually. Yeah, cannoned off the bar instead. And away. Would have been an unfortunate goal to concede, but that's Luke Ayling again, just kind of getting caught up in the nonsense of the game. He doesn't want to let Maupay go for the first goal. Nearly deflected a goal in for the second. As Mateus Klick's gone down just on the halfway line for a Leeds free kick. So close. Brighton with a great start. We know they can play this way, despite only winning 2 games this season and losing 8 as well, and drawing 8. They do like a draw, Brighton. And again, they've won the ball back from the free kick with Veltman. And he sends it long, looking for Maupay. Header easily won by Cooper. And he's found Luke Ayling, who has to hold away the pressure of Neil Maupay. Cecilia dinked over to the right-hand side to Jack Harrison, who does keep it in play inside the Leeds half. Just plays it back to his teammate of Stuart Dallas, back to Harrison. 1-2 back into Dallas in the inside. Goes to Click. Nice footwork to work his way past Gross. Lays it off to Jack Harrison, who dinks it around the corner towards a player in blue and not white. And it's Dunk, that player in blue, gets it over to Trossard in behind on the left-hand side. Tackled by Stuart Dallas. He's going to go to the byline. He needs to stop it from going for a corner, and he does so. He goes inside to Ayling. Now back out to Dallas. It's risky play there, but he's able to work in the right-back position of Leeds. It's been played looking towards Click, easily cut out by Ben White. And it falls to Pascal Gross. 1-2 with Solly March on the left-hand side. Cuts in onto his right foot. Chops back out to his left. Caught by Strauch. Free kick to Brighton. Good position as well. Good ball for an in-swinging right-footed cross here. If that's what they decide to go with, Brighton. As they've definitely made the better of the starts between the two sides, that's for sure. Graham Potter pondering on, seeing if his side can get his 12th victory in 57 Premier League games it would be if he wins. It's not a great record. His points per match in the Premier League is only 0.98, so they're not even averaging a point per game. Brighton, that needs to change despite the way they play. Solly March is the one to cross it in towards the back post. Header won by Cooper. It loops in the air. It's headed back in towards Dan Burn. Who gets there? It's Dan Burn, says the referee, as it went over the bar, and that will be a goal kick and not a corner. Close. It was an out-swinging ball instead by Solly March, not an in-swinging ball by Pascal Gross. Headed won by Cooper, and it was Dunk who headed it back in towards Dan Burn. Again, we're not playing rugby. Dan Burn well over the bar. And Leeds survive another scare. It's just one of those games for Leeds where they just need to get a hold of the ball and just keep it for a little bit instead of just forcing every attack, as Alioski's gone inside to Rafinha. Goes around Ben White. And then tackled by Ben White as well as he tries to give him too much of the ball. It's on the right-hand side, just enters the Leeds half. Gets past the Brazilian. What play from Ben White. He's got Maupay to his right. McAllister to his left. He's on the edge of the box. He enters the box. He decides to strike. It deflects off Ayling and back off White. Falls to the goalkeeper in the end. And Cecilia quickly rolls it to Luke Ayling. He has to burst past a Brighton player. Luke Ayling still going. Releases it to the left to Alioski. Into Rafinha. Back to Alioski. His play just calms down a little bit again. Very fast-paced this game already. It's what we like to see in the Premier League. Jack Harrison looks to chip a ball in towards Bamford. Just a little bit too much on it there for Patrick Bamford, and Robert Sanchez can let it go for a goal kick. And it is just non-stop play from Leeds. It is unbelievable. Literally, Cecilia, when he just rolled that ball out to Luke Ayling, had loads of blue shirts around him. That's just how many risks they decide to take. It's a great one by Ben White. Outside the box, literally, I think just on the white line of the box, he decided to release a shot. It cannoned off Luke Ayling, back off actually the chest of Strauch, into the gloves of Cecilia. Yeah, that shot was right into the place you don't want the ball to go for Luke Ayling. I'm surprised he took that so well. His Clicks come away with the ball here. For Leeds as the ball broken away from the Brighton goal kick. He's got Alioski making a run. Again, takes too long with it, and Joel Veltman can bring it away for Brighton. On the right-hand side, into the Leeds half he goes. He's going to keep running. He's got green grass to run into. All options to his left. He just falls over. He just slips. Does Joel Veltman, and Liam Cooper can clear it away off Joel Veltman. And a throw-in for Leeds it is in their defensive final first in the left-back area. Joel Veltman, it looked promising there with a run. But again, the pitch just cut up very, very badly for him. And he just slipped as well. And yeah, that pitch does need redoing for Leeds. It's not the greatest pitch I've seen. I think Marine last week gave a better pitch to Tottenham than they've given to Brighton here. But they have worked it away from the throw-in to Rafinha. He's been doubled up on by Brighton, and Ben White wins it back and just plays it towards Adam Webster. Ball nicely put into McAllister, tries to feed through Maupay. Good interception by Liam Cooper to stop the Frenchman from going in to score his second goal. He's played Leeds 4 times, Maupay. He's scored 3 times, and the 3 times he's scored, they have won the game, and that was for Brentford. The one time he didn't score, they did lose 1-0. So Neil Maupay scoring against Leeds is usually a good omen for his team to go on and win the 3 points. But it's 4 and 5 now against Leeds for Maupay. Prolific against Bielsa's men. It's Luke Ayling on the halfway line, goes over to Dallas, who's at right back for Leeds today. Down the line to Jack Harrison. Is he going to go inside? He is. He's going to look for a ball down the right hand side towards Bamford. Can he keep it under his spell? It's Webster who gets their first big strong tackle. And it's out for a Leeds throw-in. Good defending by Adam Webster. Joined last year. Adam Webster. Decent player alongside the likes of Dan Burn and Lewis Dunk. Strauch, Rafinha, Rodrigo, first time ball to Alioski. Ball just been put in, and it's Lewis Dunk, the captain, who deals with it, and he clears it, cannons off the referee. And that will be play stopped for Brighton to continue. Unfortunate there, the referee can't predict the ball's going to be cleared in that area. And Kevin Friend, with a light smile, will get the game underway very, very soon again. Lewis Dunk, the captain, one of 3 players to be sent off this season for Brighton. His was against Palace late on. The others are Tariq Lamptey, he got sent off. Basuma also got sent off, and that was against Newcastle. Tariq Lamptey was sent off against Villa. The ball's gone straight back to Dallas. Dan Burn couldn't win the flick on from the play gone back to Brighton through hitting the referee. Bit of a poor ball from Strauch to Liam Cooper. He's had to just run a bit behind to win the ball back. It's now Alioski to Rafinha. Back to Alioski again. Bit of time and room now for Leeds. Not really getting pressed here by Brighton. They're just letting them come at the blue wall they've arranged. Comes to Jack Harrison. Gets past McAllister and Solly March, but he doesn't get past Pascal Grouse. And it's now McAllister down the left. Tackled strongly by Jack Harrison. Gets on the second and goes inside to Dallas. Charges forward, tries the cross. Dunk to intercept again, outside of the football away. And it curls to stay on the pitch, and it's Luke Ayling to have the possession for Leeds now. Not a happy place, home or away, for Luke Ayling to play Brighton. He's played them 7 times and he's lost 6 times. So he will want to change that record as quick as possible. That's Alioski to Rafinha. Works the cross towards Rafinha, who was in the box actually. So I think it was Rodrigo to put the cross in, and it was headed away by Dunk. There it was. Rodrigo just swapped places with Rafinha. Rodrigo went out wide and Rafinha went in the box. Nowhere near the Brazilian in the end, but I don't think he was going to win a header against Dan Burn and Dunk, who were there to win headers if it went into their area. Outswinging ball in by Rafinha. Nice collection by Robert Sanchez. Confident goalkeeping by the 23-year-old. He wanted to set off a quick attack there as well, but it wasn't going to happen. And he's a little bit annoyed by it. Broke into the first team because of the ongoings with Matt Ryan in the Brighton camp. 8th senior appearance. Made 42 under 23s appearance. So he's been at Brighton for a while. Been there for 5 years actually. As his ball forward has been won back by Leeds, and they have it with their own goalkeeper, Kiko Casillas. Out wide left to Rafinha. Inside to Strauch. First time left-footed ball. Looped in the air towards Mateus Click. Intercepted nice by Ben White. It's like he's almost showing a point to his old teammate. As Adam Webster's poor touch has been capitalised on by Alioski's clearance. He's gone straight to the chest of Lewis Dunk. Now Veltman back to his goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. Into Lewis Dunk again. He's able to turn and release Dan Burn on the left. 6'7" monster. Dan Burn plays down the line. Intercepted by Jack Harrison. It falls to Liam Cooper inside, and Strauch will just go back to his goalkeeper, Casillas. Dan Burn did have quite an unfortunate game against Wolves in that 3-3 draw at home. Gave away a penalty, scored an own goal despite not really being his fault. Robert Sanchez kind of spilled it into his path and he couldn't really arrange his feet to avoid the ball. But I think he's recovered from that, and I think he'll be okay. It's Dallas in the right back area, just on the halfway line for Leeds, as they go back again to their goalkeeper. They're struggling to break through the Brighton team like City did. They did struggle, City, for a lot of the game. A bit of Phil Foden magic just before the end of the first half was the difference. But they are resolute when they need to be, Brighton, like a intercepted header there by Joel Veltman to send Brighton away. It was a crossfield ball, and it was cut out by the Dutchman, signed for just under £1 million from Ajax, and it's Adam Webster at the back to have the ball for Brighton. He looks to charge past Rodrigo, and he does nicely. It's gone over to the left-hand side. Another heavy touch, but not met by a player in a white shirt. He goes to Trossard inside to Maupe. Webster dinked over to the right-hand side to Pascal Graus, who's gone over to the right-wing area. Now with the ball, he's playing centre midfield and gets a left-footed looped crossing towards Solly March. Too much height on it for him, and he will go out for a goal kick for Leeds. Still Leeds 0, Brighton 1. We've played coming up to 35 minutes in the game. It's a no win for Brighton in 9 in the Premier League. Are stuck on 14 points. Interesting to see if they stay up, because they do play good football, like they're showing in this game currently. Ayling to Cooper. On the ball, left-footed. Liam Cooper plays a ball in front of Alioski, who can get onto it and go inside, looking for Rafinha number 18. He cans it off the knee of Joel Veltman. I think it came off the Brazilian last, actually, and it's gone for a goal kick. A very bright spark has Rafinha been for Leeds since arriving. He's got 2 goals, one against West Brom. That was also a very good goal. And his one against Everton was also a nice little finish to win the game 1-0 for his team that night. But yeah, Leeds are the worst team defensively in all areas. Conceded the worst, bar 1. They're in 19th. Shot faced 18th. Shot faced on target 19th. Errors leading to shots 20th. They're at the bottom. Set piece goals conceded at the bottom. Defensively, it is an issue, but at least they are scoring goals. But it could catch up onto them if they don't sort out their defensive work. Bamford's give the ball away in the midfield, and now Dan Burn, the number 33, will launch it high and down the line. I don't know who he's looking towards. He's looking towards a Brighton player, but he's not aimed in that direction, unfortunately, for him. And it's Luke Ayling now with the ball for Leeds. Alioski, again inside to Rafinha. Heavy touch. He's able to work it away. His pass has been intercepted by Maupe, but he does fall out for a throw-in for Leeds, just on their left-hand side. Luke Ayling did come through the Arsenal Academy as a kid, and then broke away to Yeovil, where he did have a good couple of years in the Championship. They've worked it to Jack Harrison, through to Dallas on the byline. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Asking too much of the Northern Irish right back. We'll go for a Brighton goal kick, but Leeds need to sort themselves out. They're not really creating any clear-cut chances as well. If we're going to be completely honest, we've had a dangerous crossing from Alioski where Rodrigo couldn't get on the end. Same Alioski cross for Bamford. He completely missed it, and a wild Matej's click shot. And that's really been about it. Nothing really troubling Robert Sanchez as of yet. They want to change that. They scored 30 this year. They scored 77 last year. Bamford scoring 16, top scorer that year. He's already got 10, so looking like he could break that record in fewer games. Obviously, there's 46 in the Championship and only 38 in the Premier League. Webster goes inside to Pascal Gross. Finds Webster again. Another heavy touch by Webster, and he's giving it away to Click. 1-2 with Strauch. It's now Rafinha again. Gets an early crossing. Duncan clearing away with the right boot. Straight back towards Matthias Click. Nicely inside to Rodrigo. Can he get on the end of it? Webster does with a tackle, but his tackle gone straight to Rafinha. Rodrigo working it away from Gross on this far left-hand side. Just goes backwards. Twaliowski inside to Strauch. Rafinha. Strauch again to Click. They're going to look to the right-hand side, and they will get it over there to Stuart Dallas. To Harrison. 1-on-1 with Solly March. Cuts onto his left foot. He's allowed to get the cross in. Easy collection for Robert Sanchez again, and a little bit too easy, I think, there for Solly March to allow Jack Harrison to put a cross in. I know he's a makeshift left wing back, and it might become his new position because he has played quite well there, Solly March, in terms of defensive work and bringing that nice attacking play. But I think he was a little bit too kind there to Jack Harrison, letting him get that cross in. This ball has fallen to Solly March from the clearance up the pitch, and it's dunked back to Robert Sanchez, absolutely clattered there by Patrick Bamford, as the free kick has been given, as he was just giving him a nudge in the back there. I wouldn't be surprised if Bamford gets a booking for that. I don't think he will. As Lewis Dunk has a little smile to himself after being launched to the ground. does have a goal, Lewis Dunk, and it was in that 4-0 win at the Amex, like I mentioned earlier on in the commentary. We went 4-0 up in 38 minutes with a Liam Cooper own goal. He scored that day. Well, Brighton have won 7 of the last 9 games in this fixture. No draws. Leeds won the other 2. As it has fell to Solly March on the left. Touch isn't convenient enough for him to keep the ball, and Jack Harrison has it. Looks to send away Bamford, cut out by Adam Webster, and plays it forward to McAllister. He's allowed to turn, playing on the front foot here, Brighton. Can he work his way past Strauch? He can't take the ball with him. Leaves it behind him, and Strauch gets it to Harrison. Met by 3 blue shirts, but he's able to get it to Strauch, who's been taking off the ball there, and his pass has gone wayward, and Ben White now has it. Can he feed through McAllister, who's made a run in behind? Nicely intercepted by Liam Cooper. And Harrison, in that right back role, has it. His pass has been cut out by Pascal Gross. And it will be a Brighton throw-in, actually, so he must have come off Strauch last instead. Nice work from Brighton as we are entering the last couple minutes of the half. A very positive first 45 minutes for Brighton so far. Hopefully they can keep it going into half-time. Solly March throws it down the line. Cooper intercepts the throw-in. Off his chest out for another throw-in for Solly March to take right next to the corner flag. Solly March, servant now for the club, coming up to 10 years. Solly March, making his 200th senior appearance today, Solly March. Hopefully for him, he could maybe get a goal for his team. Throws it into Pascal Gross, and Pascal Strauch can tackle him out for another throw-in. Solly March to take. Go for a longer throw, is he? Yeah, towards the box where Luke Ayling for Leeds can throw it, can head it away. Rodrigo helps it on. His pass has been cut out by Veltman. Cooper gets there first after his touch, and he can get it into Rafinha. He's going to look for a switch ball. Lewis Dunk can intercept with his heavy touch. Groves tries to keep it alive for Brighton. Veltman can't keep it. Rafinha wins the tackle, and then a long wayward ball has gone straight to Solly March. He feeds it through to Trossard. First time ball looking for McAllister. Good tackle there by Strauch to take McAllister out of the game there, but they've pulled it back for a foul Luke Ayling committed on Trossard as he did poke it through to McAllister. He felt the contact there, Trossard. He stayed on the ground. Luke Ayling has picked up a booking. His 3rd booking in this fixture. He currently had 2 in his last 7 against Brighton. Just holding his left leg there, because Luke Ayling is really struggling in that centre-back role. Also his 3rd yellow card of the season as well. 3s all round for Luke Ayling. Yeah, Trossard has stayed down here. It looks quite nasty. They're not showing a replay, so it was just Luke Ayling was going to meet the ball. Trossard got there first, poked the ball away, and he's took him out afterwards. Kevin Friend is just having a conversation with Luke Ayling. Let's have a look here. Solly March got it into Trossard. Just got there first. Taken out. I don't see much contact from a replay. Let's get slow-mo. I don't really see the contact, to be honest. Even when they've slowed it down, I mean, it might be the way he fell. That could be the way, the collision onto the ground. But in terms of actual contact, sustaining this kind of injury where he's had to stay down, I'm not seeing how it happened, to be honest. We'll have to see if he gets back up. Showing the goal here again, 17th minute. McAllister, great ball into Trossard, held it up, got it back to McAllister, complete 1-2, squared to Maupay, all on his own. It's a beautiful goal. It's one way you can cut through this Leeds defence. Delighted with himself there, Maupay, and rightly so. Rightly so, because if they want to stay up, he needs to be scoring the goals. Yeah, most goals against a single opponent now, Leeds. The other 3 were the like of Villa, Bristol, Ipswich, QPR, Rotherham. They're also teams he scored 3 goals against, but now he's on his own with Leeds, scoring 4. Trossard back on his feet, just on the sidelines, having a sip of water. This Solly March will take the free kick they won. It's quite far out, so it'll just be a lifted ball in towards the box. Well, it's on the edge of the box where Dallas is headed away towards Rafinha. Holds it up to Click, who can get a ball down the line. Too much on it for Rafinha to get there first. It'll be Dan Burn, the one who does get there. Plays it back to Robert Sanchez. First time clearance straight to Alioski. Nice little touch there to bring it down with no bother. Trossard does re-enter the pitch. And it is Luke Ayling looking for Jack Harrison on the right-hand side. Takes it past Solly March as well, cuts onto the left-hand side. Great ball in towards Bamford. Too much on it. Does fall to the edge of the box though, where Alioski's been brought down, but the ball is still in the possession of Leeds United. It's been worked out to Matthias Klick. Rafinha can get past Joe Veltman on the left-hand side. Through the legs of McAllister, and I think he was caught as well in the face there by McAllister. A throw-in's been given in the end as Brighton's cleared it out of play to stop any pressure, but I thought Rafinha was caught in the face there by McAllister. He's back on his feet. I mean, he nutmegged him and then he caught him with his feet. Rafinha's saying, you know what you did there. McAllister also seemed to have fouled Alioski on the edge of the box as he went for it, but that wasn't given as well. But play's back underway. We've played 45 minutes. I don't know how long has been added on as of yet. It is 2 minutes. Ball towards Jack Harrison. Heads it into the box. Lewis Dunk heads it back to his goalkeeper. Very smart defending by the captain. Shows experience there from the 29-year-old. Lewis Dunk. Been at the club since 2002. He's coming up to nearly 20 years now. Joined during the academy at the under-12 level. Strauch heads it to Rodrigo. And Robert Sanchez's kick couldn't find a Brighton player forward. Sweeper keeper is Sanchez. He clears it away from Bamford as the ball over the top nearly caused some issues. But with McAllister, I was watching the Brighton Manchester City game, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you have a look at him, he looks like Messi with a beard a little bit. I don't know if that's just me. As Leeds win a throw-in on the right-hand side, a crossfield ball intercepted by, I think that was Solly March. And I think he looks a bit like Messi with a beard. That might just be me. Dallas throws it down the line towards Rodrigo. Comes off him last and couldn't keep it on the pitch. And it'll be a Brighton throw-in in that corner and the left-back roll. 40 seconds left to play. What's your prediction? Well, at the start of the game, I predicted 4-3 Leeds. I'm going to tweak that and maybe see maybe 2-1 Brighton, 2-0 Brighton. But I can't see Leeds scoring, to be honest. Stanburn has another throw-in further down the pitch. Long throw down the line. Looking for Maupay. Works it away from Jack Harrison, but March can't get away from Harrison himself, and that will be a throw-in for Brighton again towards the technical area of Brighton inside the Leeds half. Graham Potter, arms crossed, watching on his team play a very strong first 47 minutes, and we've played exactly 47 minutes now, presuming the referee will blow his whistle when the throw-in's been taken, and he does, and that does call a halt to the first half. Brighton are in the lead. Leeds 0, Brighton 1. It's a Maupay 17th minute finish from 4 yards out into an open goal, which makes the difference in this game. Despite Leeds probably having more of the possession, I think Brighton's been more clinical and just a bit more dangerous on attacks, and that does show as the fact that they go in 1-0 up at half-time. Leeds will have to sort out their ideas. They've not really looked too promising in terms of scoring a goal. I think they've had 3 half chances at the Brighton goal, none really troubling Robert Sanchez in the Brighton goal, and yeah, that is half-time. They'll have to do a lot more than what they're doing, Leeds, if they want to get back into this game and try and take the 3 points. So the second half will be in 15 minutes' time. Thanks to everyone who is here. If you are in here, please leave a like. It does help massively, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's see if anyone has subscribed. Let's have a look. It's nice to see a good amount of people here. Not getting a subscriber as of yet. If you are not subscribed, please do. Loads of content comes out on the channel. I've got a second channel as well in the description. School has started again, so I am a little bit busy in terms of trying to get content on the second channel, but I will try and go live as much as possible, so make sure you do subscribe for that. And make sure you subscribe to this channel as well, Football Manager. I am planning to do a football shirt collection video. I've been putting it on hold. I don't even know why. I just don't think the right time's come for me to do it. I just don't think I've sat down and gone, right, now I have time to do it. It's going to have to just be, I'm just going to have to wait a little bit, but like this is one of them, like a Spain goalkeeper shirt from, I think, last year, you know. I've got a load of different shirts, and I think it'll be good to do a video on it, so that's going to be coming soon as I can. In terms of future commentaries, I'll actually let you know now. I'm also going to have to get my phone because I've written it on my notes on my phone. go on notes. So we've got Leeds versus Brighton on the 22nd of January. I'm actually going to mix it up a little bit. I do sometimes do Bundesliga German football commentaries. I haven't done one since the German Super Cup final back, I'm thinking about September now, it would have been, where Bayern won 3-2 against Dortmund. I'm going to be doing Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Borussia Dortmund, 7:30 kickoff. That's on the 22nd. That's next Friday, so in 6 days' time. So if you're interested, something different on the channel, stream will start about 7:15. Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Dortmund in the Bundesliga. Gladbach just recently beat Bayern Munich. Dortmund are on a good run themselves. So yeah, under new management as well, Borussia Dortmund. So if you're interested, that's on the 22nd, and then on the 27th, so the week after that, that is on a midweek of Wednesday, is Chelsea versus Wolves. That's at 6 p.m. on the 27th. So if you're interested in any of those, make sure you like and subscribe so you know, and turn on the notification so you know when those commentaries are. So they're the next two: Gladbach, Dortmund, Chelsea versus Wolves. This time next month, literally exactly this time next month, Champions League is back. Champions League commentaries are hopefully going to be back, obviously, with COVID and all that. Some things might change, you just don't know with the unpredictability of it. But that's on the 16th. I think the commentary I'm going to be doing, if we just have a quick look, well, I'm going to have a quick look. I think that what I'm going to be doing first is, I just want to make sure I get it right. Yeah, it's going to be on Tuesday, I think, because the games on the Wednesday aren't the greatest. Porto, Juventus, Sevilla, Dortmund. On the Tuesday, I'm going to do Barcelona versus PSG first leg, and then the week after that, I will probably be doing. I'll probably do maybe Atletico versus Chelsea on the Tuesday, on the 23rd of February. Maybe Lazio Bayern. That could be a bit of a different one to do. So yeah, that's this time next month. So I'm very excited for that. I just love Champions League football. I just think it's, especially knockouts anyway, I think that's really superior to every kind of football there is. So that next few coming up. Actually, in terms of the Premier League, after the game on the 27th, so in 11 days' time, I actually don't know what one I'm doing, because they haven't announced when they're going to be played, like in terms of which games are going to be on at 5:30, 3, and all that. So yeah, Brighton are in the lead. West Ham are also still in the lead, 1-0 against Burnley. So let's have a look quickly at fixtures. Have they sorted out when they're going to be televised? Some big games as well midweek. I'm not unfortunately going to be able to do any of them, unfortunately. It's a little bit annoying, but you know, it's just very busy times at the minute. So on 27th, they've not sorted out yet the games on the game week after that, because obviously we're doing the midweek on the Wednesday, Chelsea Wolves. So I'd like to do one at the weekend. In terms of the games on that weekend, could be looking at maybe another commentary like this, where we do like a Leeds v Brighton, you know, like two of the less, you know, not, how do I put this, the ones that are lower in the table, because obviously Leeds are a great team and Brighton are a great team, but not always doing like, I always have to commentate on a big club. Like sometimes doing them for the not top 6 teams are sometimes better, in my opinion. So I could do like a I don't know, an Everton Newcastle. I know they're currently top 6, but you know what I mean, like. Could do West Brom Fulham, because that'd be a big relegation game actually, because I might do that one. So we'll just have to see. So yeah, exciting times on the channel. Exciting times. I'm excited. All content coming out. Channel's growing as well. That commentary, Stockport versus West Ham was fantastic. That'll go over 1,000 views. That was great. But yeah, you know, I just commentating. It is like a release from the world. Like you kind of just. It's like, you know, when you play football, you kind of like all worries going, or you know, you're focusing on the football and the football only. That's like what I do with commentaries. Like for these 90 minutes, everything that's going on around me, everything that's going on, it's just cut off, and I just focus watching the game, and you know, commentating it to you guys. So you know, it is. I do enjoy doing that. That's why I try and do as many as possible. Like I said, I do like note that, because obviously if I didn't do notes like I do, I do show a lot of the stream, but I do. For example, this is my head-to-head. I do all that writing. Like, for example, you got like, the managers there, head-to-head records. So if I'm ever looking down, it's because I'm reading these to inform you guys on any interesting stats. And then also I do this as well, a double So 2A4s of the lineups, as you can see there. And that's Brighton, will that be? Should be the bench, age, when they join, all that. So this takes a while. I usually span it over 2 days. So that's why I don't do. If I could just literally sit here with no notes and just commentate on games, I'd do one like every day. And I might start doing it. Just start doing some without notes and just start, bit of more of a laid back commentary, kind of more, conversational. So I could talk to you, explain to you what's going on. But I like doing this because obviously I want to do it as a job when I'm older. So getting prepared to what I'd have to be doing when I'm older is great, and I just like it. So that's why when I do commentaries, they are like two every week, and not like 4 every week when there's a game on every day of the week. Because I do spend time actually, doing this. So that's why I don't do them as often as I do. That's why they're really sometimes 1 a week, sometimes 2 a week, depending on what goes on in the week. So if I'm ever looking down, that's what I'm looking at. I'm not just like looking at nothing. I sometimes do. I start looking down. If you're like, what's he looking down at? That's what I'm looking down at. The notes. Oh God. When you do talk for like, what has it been now? How long have we been live for? When you talk for like an hour and 11 minutes straight on, it does get the throat a little bit dry. But it'd be interesting to see how Leeds come out this second half, because this is probably because I watched them quite a few times this season, and they've been fantastic. So I don't know if it's just me having too high expectations, but this is probably the worst I've seen them play. They've not really looked that threatening. We know they struggle defensively just because of the way they play. You got to remember, Brighton nearly went 2-0 up on the 24th minute, I think it was. So about 8 minutes after their goal, they hit the bar. I remember, I think it was a shot by Maupay, or a shot by Trossard, I think it was, deflected off Luke Ayling onto the bar. So they could have been 2-0 down early on. And say if it was 1-0, but they'd created pretty much all the chances and they were unlucky of not to have scored, then obviously we would be saying this differently. But they've really not looked like scoring at all in any way. I think that's the worrying thing. So they're going to have to change it around. Despite them being 12 on 23 points, they have won 7 games, drew 2, but they have lost 8 games, same as Brighton. They've also lost 8, and they're 17th on 14 points. So, 9-point gap at the minute. Take away the 3 points Brighton could be gaining in this game. They do need to change that defensive record, because it's all good doing loads of attacks, but your attackers aren't going to be on it every single game. You've got to sort out your defensive work as well. You can't just be going, we'll concede this many chances, but we'll make that many chances. It's not always going to work like that, and that's what Leeds have to be careful of. And Marcelo Bielsa, I know he's not going to change the ways at all. He's very, I play this way, and I'm not going to change it for whatever reason, even if we're not doing too well. But they just need to start actually creating, I think, a few more chances, and just be careful on the defensive work. I think the fact that Diego Llorente is yet to really kickstart his career at Leeds, the Spanish centre back that they signed from Real Sociedad. He's played 1 game. The rest he's literally been injured. He's literally not been on the bench or anything in any of the games until today. The only game he's played was against Chelsea. He's a good centre back, 6'1". Him playing alongside Cooper instead of Ayling, who was much better at right back, because against Liverpool first game of the season he was great. Against Manchester City he was great, Luke Ayling. So they need to try and get him in as soon as possible and just see if he can fix the defensive faults they've got, Leeds, because if they can I'm sure they'll stay up, but they've just got to be careful, that they don't start slipping down that table and losing games like at home to Brighton, who are going to be in that relegation scrap. And if they start gaining points against them, then Brighton could start going up the table and Leeds could be starting to go down. We know what Brighton can do when they play. They're a good football inside. Graham Potter knows what he's doing. Yes, they've only won 2 games this season so far, but that doesn't mean they don't play good football. They play fantastic football. So Leeds have got to be careful. They have got to be careful. And it's interesting as well, Leeds should be so much more fresher. They've had a full week, 6 days since their Crawley match. Brighton have had to play in the week. They had to travel to Newport last Sunday, late kickoff as well. It was like 7:45 kickoff. And they played City on, the Wednesday? They played City on Wednesday, I'm pretty sure. Late kickoff again, or later kickoff. I think it was about 6 o'clock or something it was. And then they've had to travel again, 3rd away game to Leeds. The energy levels they brought this game's been fantastic, and they've got quite a lot of injuries. Like I said at the start, no Lamptey, no Welbeck. No Lallana. Alzate, the midfielder's just coming back from illness. Jahanbach, he's still out injured. They're missing quite a lot of first team players, Brighton, who aren't here to be able to rotate. A lot of these players would have played all the games. It's like Webster, he played 120 minutes against Newport. Dunk played 120 minutes against Newport. Ben White played 108 minutes. Basuma played 120. I know he was suspended for the last game. Solly March played 90 minutes. Malpe played 120 minutes. It's a lot of minutes to play in an FA Cup game against Newport, and then to go to City and then play again because you've got no one to rotate with because the players they got on the bench are just youngsters that are just, I think, making the numbers more than anything. I'm surprised they're doing so well, and it's all due to their commitment and their resoluteness in their play. Well, who's excited though for the game on Sunday? Liverpool versus Manchester United. I am excited, and I don't support any of them, but I am excited. I think that's going to be a great game. Has anyone got any score predictions for that? Sunday 4:30 kickoff. I think it'll be fantastic at Anfield as well, which I just think makes it a lot better. I think at Anfield, that record of unbeaten streak over like 50 something games now. That unbeaten streak in the league, exciting. Just advertising it there. Because if United do end up winning that game, which will be massive, that could really change the whole outlook of the season. They're already top by 3 points. If Manchester City win their games in hand, they'll be top by 1 point because they'll just go put behind them. City, they'll go 6 points ahead of Liverpool, and they were seen as the biggest favourites to win the league. So, to be honest, if United do end up winning, breaking that home record, and then going 6 points ahead, that could really change the season. Really change the season. Kickoff will be literally a couple of seconds, but I think Brighton players were just getting back on the pitch. So I'll get the timer ready to get back on. Bamford, again, no goals in 2. Not really come close today, even after scoring 3 in his first 3 games. We're about to get back underway. It'll be Leeds to kick off, kicking right to left, Brighton left to right. Leeds to kick off. Any minute now, any second now, actually. Bamford to play it behind. Who will he pass it to? We're going to find out. As the referee blows the whistle, Bamford plays it to Matthias Klick, who will go looking to the left-hand side to Rafinha, as they don't actually go long. They just try and play it out themselves. He plays it through towards Rodrigo, heads it to the left-hand side to Matthias Klick. Tackled by Joe Veltman, out for a throw-in for Leeds. Good positive play from Leeds to get their game started again. Alioski thrown to Strauch, out for a throw-in for Brighton. Couldn't quite keep it in their own possession there, Leeds. Brighton thrown. It will be in their right back area. No changes made at half time. Thrown down the line, and Mope thought he couldn't get away with that, but he's challenged and fouled Alioski in the process. Free kick Leeds. Already been shifted over to the right hand side to Stuart Dallas. Back to Luke Ayling. One touch and a pass forward. Looking towards Jack Harrison, cut out by March. It does fall to Gross. Now finds McAllister. Can he get away from the pressure of Stuart Dallas? He can by just off-lifting the ball to Webster. Finds Veltman to Trossard. Flicks over his head to McAllister. What play from Trossard? He's been brought down by Dallas, and the referee's seen it as a foul just inside the Leeds half. And I think it might be a booking for Dallas. It looks like he's hurting him and himself and McAllister in the process of that challenge as he looked to break away the Argentine centre attacking midfielder. Brought it down nicely from the lovely Trossard ball. Definitely a foul. Didn't get any of the ball himself there, Dallas. Let's have a look. Ooh, just caught McAllister badly, and I think he hurt himself in the process. Might be the way, I think it's his right ankle, the way he just landed on it, I think, for Dallas. But they're both back on their feet, I think. I think they're both going to be able to continue. Yeah, McAllister back on his feet. Be Pascal Gross just to lift it into the box. No players can get on the end of it. Straight out for a goal kick for Leeds. Nice little cross from Pascal Gross, but a little bit too much on it for anyone to get their heads on it. So Cooper goes to Alioski. Back to Cooper. It's out to Strauch playing in the holding midfield role for Leeds tonight. Ball over the top looking for Bamford. Too much on it. Dunk heads it forward to Gross. Finds Webster. Takes a couple of touches and plays it into Trossard, who's allowed to turn forward. And he's going to run ahead of Pascal Strauch. He's going to keep running to the edge of the box. Tries to release it to McAllister. Good interception there by Cooper, but his pass has gone short to Rafinha. And Veltman can take over. Edge of the box. Lifted ball into the opposite side where March can head it back forward to McAllister. Nodded on to Veltman in the box, who's going to latch onto it. Blocked off by Alioski to the edge of the box to Ben White. McAllister goes to Maupay. Can't complete the 1-2. He does now, actually. And he completes another 1-2. Maupay with a strike. Always going the wrong side of the post. And out for a goal kick. Close, though, by Brighton. Positive play. At first, when Maupay got the ball from McAllister, the 1-2 they were trying to play originally was just put to a hold as Leeds players got in the way. And there's just a bit of patience by McAllister, or by Maupay, on the edge of the box, was able just to lift it towards it, and then McAllister with a nice little flick back to Maupay. Just a hurried shot by the Frenchman meant that the ball went out for a goal kick. It's Harrison on the right hand side, goes inside to Strauch. Rodrigo can't quite take it in his path on the edge of the box, and Dunk again is there to cut out, and it's now Solly March. Helps it down the line. All as far as Luke Ayling, who hooks it over to Liam Cooper at the back for Leeds. Number 6. Click, Cooper, Alioski, number 10, from North Macedonia, the left back. Cooper to Luke Ayling, again just on the halfway line, looks to play a ball to the right hand side, then it will go to Stuart Dallas. He's able to bring it down. Let's go back to Luke Ayling though in the end. Cooper, pressed by Maupay, was able to get it to Alioski. Looks to bring it forward. He's got Click and Rafinha in support. Will use Click. He's able to turn nicely. Get it through the gap to Rafinha on the edge of the box. Works onto his right foot. Can he lay it onto Bamford? He can in the box. Tackled by Veltman, but his clearance goes to Jack Harrison. It's wide of the post. First real clear-cut chance, I'd say, for Leeds. Again, not really troubling the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. But that was good play on the left-hand side between Alioski. Got to Click. Was allowed to turn. Played it through the gap to Rafinha. Worked it onto his right foot. Then just shifted a left-footed pass to Bamford. His touch was too heavy. Tackled by Joel Veltman. He just kicked it straight to the path of Jack Harrison. Opened up the body on the right-hand side for a left-footed shot. And curled just past the post. It's really not far away from Jack Harrison. And he'll be frustrated with himself there. 3 goals this season. Tried to make it 4 as a throw-in for Brighton's been given by the referee. Thanks to everyone who's here. If you please can like, that'd be fantastic. Dan Burn with the throw-in. Throws it to Pascal. Is that McAllister? Who was that? It's actually Solly March. Sorry, I couldn't quite see. He just had a loose touch and he goes out for a throw-in for Leeds. Dallas. Thrown into Jack Harrison. Looks to get a switch on to the left-hand side to Alioski. And he will find him. And he's trying to work his way past the pressure of Trossard. And he does lose it. The North Macedonian left back. And he has now found Joel Veltman. Trossard, after winning the ball, has to just chop back to his left foot. Lay it back off to the Belgian. Now finds Webster. Tries to bring it forward. Pressured by Rodrigo, and it's good pressure because he wins the ball back for Leeds, and it's now Rafinha. Just launching it forward. Bamford can try and give chase, but the ball's gone out for a throw-in instead for Brighton. Wasn't even on the pitch for Bamford to try and bring down. Let's have a look if anyone has subscribed. Let's have a look. Someone has, whoever that was. You can put yourself in the comments. You can let me know. Thank you for that for subscribing. Sorry, I just need to check something just really, really quickly. Right, that is Leeds though on the ball. Dallas to Harrison, Strauch back to Ayling. A little bit better from Leeds the last 3 or 4 minutes. As Luke Ayling looks over the top. Can he find his man? Yes, he can. Jack Harrison gets a left-footed scoop ball in towards Click. He's been dispossessed again by Lewis Dunk. Out for a throw-in for Leeds. He's been fantastic, Lewis Dunk, so far. In terms of a man of the match, I'm really tossing my options between Ben White and Lewis Dunk, because Ben White had a great first half. And Lewis Dunk has just been everywhere in terms of Leeds attacking play. Dallas throws it down to Harrison towards the corner flag. Gets it back to Dallas, inside towards Rodrigo. Intercepted by Dan Burn, launches it forward. Comes off Ayling straight to Trossard, and he works some space and gets it towards Maupay. Cannons off his own body and goes straight to a Leeds player again. It's now Rafinha at left back. Gets into Alioski. Now over to Click, first time ball. Looking over the top towards Rafinha. Can he get it towards him? No, he can't. Veltman can hook it away over his head all as far as Strauch, who nods it down to Click. Just on the edge of the box, he gets a lifted ball in towards Rodrigo, headed away again by Dunk. Header in by Strauch to Rodrigo, by Rafinha to Alioski. Finds it to Bamford, tries to work across, deflects to Alioski. Lays it off to the edge of the box to Click. Looks to go inside the box. Really poor ball from Click, really adventurous, and I think too adventurous in the end. It's going to be a goal kick for Brighton as they are just slowly piling on that pressure. Leeds that they need to be doing if they want to try and find a goal in this game. Was anyone else at Leeds versus Brighton in 1982, just before Leeds were relegated? It was the last atmosphere I saw at Ellen Road. Well, to be honest, obviously I can check the analytics of who watched this, and there might actually be a couple people. I know there's a few viewers that are, of the ages of around 40, 50, 60 years old actually, which is quite cool, I think. Not just the young people getting involved, because it's YouTube and more for younger people. All generations are finding this stream. Sorry about that. Leeds are just on the ball though. Especially, as you can tell, I wasn't there in 1982. Is Alioski on the left? Can he work an early cross? He can. Headed away by Joel Veltman. Just curls straight back to Liam Cooper. Back to Alioski. Inside nicely to Click. Right-footed touch. Looks for Rafinha. Just played behind him. Not offside. Rafinha. One-on-one with Veltman. Nice bit of skill to the byline. Gets a cross in. It's wicked cross. Oh, it's a good header by Dan Burn away from Bamford. Flicked on by Solly March. All as far as Jack Harrison. He keeps it alive for Leeds. Stuart Dallas, left foot. Gets a curled cross in. Robert Sanchez gets there. And almost a throw-in like throw. Sets away Leandro Trossard on the right-hand side. He's got Maupay up there with him. Just chops inside and goes to Pascal Gross. He's got no real options. He just has to go behind him to Joel Veltman. Just dinks it over to the opposite side of the pitch to Dan Burn. Dan Burn charges forward. Finds McAllister around 30 yards out. Gets a right-footed pass across to Gross on the right-hand side. Chops in onto his right foot and gets a cross in. Headed away by Alioski. As far as Click at the edge of the box. Can he be dispossessed by Ben White? Yes, he can. Brighton have possession again. March. Inside to Trossard, outside of the football to Neil Maupay. Try to work his way past Luke Ayling if he can. Back towards goal. Can he get a pass away? Yes, he can to the halfway line where it's Lewis Dunk. Again, charges forward, just lays it off to his right to Adam Webster. Leaves Bamford on the ground as he slips try to chase him. And does find Joel Veltman. Inside to Maupay, works his way past Liam Cooper, slays it off to Gross. It's now Dan Burn. Can he find a way through the Leeds defence? Solly March Pressured by Jack Harrison, challenged, and Luke Ayling can bring the ball away for Leeds. Can they find the right ball forward? Luke Ayling. Going to keep going down the right-hand side. Takes on Solly March very nicely. Luke Ayling still with the ball. Switched pass to Matthias Klick. Just on the edge of the box he is. Can he enter the box? He will with a pass towards Rafinha, who just puts the ball in the box all the way to the opposite side, and no one's there. And McAllister for Brighton can bring it away with a pass to Gross. Thinks ball out wide. Finds Marpay nicely. A run to be made by McAllister. Decides to go against passing that ball to the run. And it's now Dan Burn who has it. Back to Maupay. Ball behind him to Dunk. To Gross. Forced back to their keeper, Robert Sanchez. Nice possession play here from Brighton. Is a first time ball with the left foot of the Spaniard keeper. Has gone straight to Adam Webster. Charges forward. He's got Joe Veltman in space on the right hand side and he finds him. Alioski's going to have to try and recover. He can't do as he gets a first time cross in there. And it's Dallas who can clear. And he does, thankfully for him, fall to Rafinha. And Rafinha works it to Rodrigo. Laid off to Klick. Inside the Leeds half it is. Klick has it. Looking again towards the left-hand side. Him, Alioski and Rafinha have tried to break through. Decides to go inside to Strauch. To Luke Ayling. Dallas to Ayling in the first Premier League meeting between the two sides. We are deadlocked in the second half, but due to the first half pressure of Brighton, they have just squeezed in front. As a poor strike pass has led to a Brighton throw in there. That is poor from the Dutch central midfielder. Pascal Strauch signed from the Ajax under 19s back in 2018, making his 16th senior appearance. .31 minutes plus added on time to play. Still 1-0 to Brighton. Last time these two teams did play back in 2017 in the Championship, it was 2-0 to Leeds at Elland Road. They won't want a reversed scoreline of that, and it'd be 2-0 to Brighton at the Elland Road. Coming up to 4 years later. Alioski has it. Brighton lose possession from their throw-in. From that area, yeah. Luke Ayling brings the ball forward as Leeds start to commit a few more men into their attacks. Dallas back to Ayling. Trying to get it round the corner towards Bamford. It's been flicked on by, I think that was Jack Harrison, towards the white line of out of bounds of the pitch. Solly March is able to bring it in, cleared. Headed back forwards for Leeds, and it's fell to Ben White, the midfielder, and what a bit of skill to get past Dallas there. Was crunched down in the end, but nice bit of skill to get the ball past him and win the free kick there. Dallas has to be careful though. He's committing a few naughty challenges, just completely blocking off Ben White's run down the left-hand side. That's Basuma. I think he's going to be brought on by Graham Potter. Missed the last game in the Premier League against Manchester City due to a yellow card suspension. Brighton have the throw in here, and Tyler Roberts looks to be coming on for Leeds as well, I think that is. Ball's been crossed in. Casilio looks to try and collect, and he does do so. Can he set away Leeds quickly? Just rolls it out to his left, to Alioski. He's going to play a short pass to Rafinha. Backwards to Alioski. Just about to be kept in, but his pass has been poor. And it's Maupay in the box. Cuts it back to Trossard. First time strike. It's a wild one. Wide of the post, and I think went over the bar as well. High and wide. I think it's from Trossard. I don't think it was McAllister it was it? No, yeah, I think it was Trossard with the shot. Alioski just couldn't quite get the ball out of his feet properly to get a successful pass back to his centre-back. And it's kind of got caught under his feet, and it led to Maupay on the right-hand side having a chance to pull it back, and it was to Trossard, who kind of got in each other's way, Trossard and McAllister, and the shot was poor in the end, and not quite good enough to make it 2-0 to Brighton. As the changes are made, Trossard, who has picked up a few nasty tackles today, or is it tactical advice? I think it's tactical advice, actually, sorry. Looks like he's about to be brought off. But Tyler Roberts, the Welshman, has replaced Rodrigo. Tyler Roberts making his 9th Premier League appearance, his first time featuring in the squad since the 5-2 victory against Newcastle back now exactly a month ago today. And Alexis McAllister, the Argentine midfielder, has been replaced by Yves Bissouma in that Brighton midfield, who's been linked with a move all the way to Arsenal during the January transfer window. I don't think that will happen as we are currently 62.5 minutes into the game. It's Alioski with it. Finds Click. Down the line nicely to Roberts. Flick into Rafinha. Gets it past Lewis Dunk, but a covering Ben White is able to take it away from Rafinha in the box, but can't help but concede the corner. Expected goals, I predicted a 4-3 win for Leeds, but we haven't quite had that, but it has been an exciting game of football so far. Rafinha, right arm in the air. Out-swinging cross. It's in towards the back post where Cooper heads it very tamely straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. He looks to try and break away quickly. Again, can't quite do so. Robert Sanchez keeps the ball in his hands. Launches the ball forward towards the left-hand side of Dan Burn. Is able to head it on and keep it on the pitch, but only as far as Dallas. He finds Harrison. Goes back to Dallas again. Past Strauch. Ayling to Cooper. Now finds Alioski. Just about to keep it onto the pitch. And he finds Rafinha, who tries to get inside and away from Ben White. He's been held by the midfielder. And he wins a free kick. That's taken quickly to Luke Ayling, just below the halfway line for Leeds. Dallas to Ayling again. Ball inside the gap between the midfield. An attack towards Click. He's been dispossessed and Ben White can bring it away. It's currently a 4v5 here. Gross just to his right, backheeled back towards White. Decides to try and get a shot away. Deflected, falls back towards him. Tackled again by Cooper, and Leeds can bring it away with Tyler Roberts, who's doubt of him actually making the squad today with injury, but he's been able to make it, Tyler Roberts, despite being linked away with a loan move to the Championship this January. He finds Rafinha, ball over towards Jack Harrison. I think his intended target was Bamford, but the ball towards Jack Harrison has been cut out by March. Falls to Dallas, his slid clearance to Jack Harrison. Right-footed dink towards the back post, too much on it. Won't go out of play though, because Alioski will keep it alive. 1-on-1 with Veltman. Inside to Strauch. Edge of the box, left-footed crossing. It's right across the ball. Right across the box, sorry, and the ball pulled back towards a man in white. It's been easily cut out because no one was there. And Dan Burn tries to bring it away. Pass has been intercepted by Tyler Roberts. It finds Bamford back towards Tyler Roberts. Another tame shot. Another easy save for Robert Sanchez as he looks for his second clean sheet of the season. Dan Burns tried to dribble away with it and got caught out in possession. And Leeds couldn't quite capitalise on it the way they would have liked to. Still West Ham 1, Burnley 0, as Leeds have now got the ball back with their keeper. Liam Cooper. This will be Brighton's 30th win in their Premier League history, in their 133rd game. So not many wins in their Premier League history, but each one will have the sweet taste of victory. As a Harrison pass has been intercepted by Dan Burn. Ben White 1-2 with Bissouma, and now he feeds the French striker Malpe. He's going to look for Trossard with a pass cut out by Rafinha, I think that was. And another Leeds change is going to be made. It's number 10 for Leeds being replaced, Alioski, and it is Pablo Hernandez to come onto the pitch as he's being directed onto the field by Lee Mason, the fourth official today. So it will be a bit of a formation change. I think it's Dallas to left back, Luke Ayling to right back, and Strauch will drop into centre back alongside Liam Cooper with Hernandez, Click, and Tyler Roberts playing as the three central midfielders. So a bit of a change around for Leeds. Ayling now at right back, plays down the line to Harrison towards the halfway line, gets it inside to Hernandez, now back to Harrison, lays it through to Luke Ayling. Great play from Leeds, gets an early crossing. It's Veltman who has to head away. And as far as Stuart Dallas, who's back in the more known left back area he plays in. To his right to Hernandez. just been brought on, the former Swansea man. Clips it to the right hand side to Harrison, gets it onto his left foot, gets a wicked ball in, and again, no one is there for Leeds, and it will go straight out for a goal kick. Frustrating it is for Leeds, but they can't find their way through. Robert Sanchez with the goal kick. The only game that Leeds have actually struggled and not been able to score in was at home in a 0-0 draw against Arsenal, which we know what they're like defensively this season. So, against the leakier defences, they usually don't score as many goals. Leeds, Brighton this year, they have conceded 29 themselves. Basuma can bring the ball away for Brighton on the left, goes inside to Gross on the edge of the box. Will he pull the trigger? No, he'll play a ball across to Trossard, who's also on the edge. Try to work some room, lays it off to Ben White. Now inside towards Gross, intercepted, falls to Trossard. Now Malpe, Basuma. Malpe again, he's just on the edge of the box himself. Goes behind him to Basuma. Better room to look for a pass, or he's going to look for a strike. He scored a great goal against Everton in a 4-2 loss earlier on in the season. Now Veltman takes it past Rafinha. Can find his way on the edge of the box, lays it off to Trossard, inside to Malpe, ball falls loose, cleared away by Luke Ayling. Dunk keeps it alive to White, behind him to Adam Webster. Just above the halfway line, he charges forward and he does find Basuma on the right hand side, gets a crossing, Cooper heads away to Pablo Hernandez, lays it off behind him to Dallas, and Leeds look to emerge with a counter-attack of their own. With Click, Roberts turns to look to the right hand side, 1-2 with Pablo Hernandez, and does find Luke Ayling. 21 minutes to go. Jack Harrison, we know he likes to cut onto that left foot and get a crossing. Will he let him do it again? He's got an overlap of Ayling. He'll look to cutting himself on the edge of the box. He could actually strike it. Good block by Ben White, and it's Strauch. Keeps it alive to Ayling. Good left-footed pass back to his captain, Liam Cooper. Lays it forward to Jack Harrison. Left it goes to Dallas. Inside to Click. Can they get through this Brighton defence? He's around 30 yards out. Lays it off to Pablo Hernandez. Dinked ball in towards Bamford. He gets there ahead of the Brighton defence. Can't cause any real danger. And it's going to be a goal kick for Brighton. Bamford thinks it came off a Brighton defender last as he flicked it on towards goal. Tyler Roberts couldn't get on the end of it. And the goal kick it is Brighton surviving another scare. Looked like it actually came off a Brighton player last there. I don't know what it came off. I think it was Dunk. Or does it? Actually, I don't think it does from that replay. I'm not too sure. But the end result is a goal kick, and that's all that matters. The referee's final decision. Thanks to everyone who's here. 13 people. That's fantastic to see. What more than what I usually get. So thank you very much for that. If you aren't subscribed, please do. As Tyler Roberts is trying to bring it away, but he's been fouled by a Brighton player. And a free kick's going to be given. I think it's going to be a booking for the man guilty of the foul. I think it is Adam Webster for pulling Tyler Roberts back, and it is Adam Webster. 2 new subscribers this stream. That's fantastic to see. It's bringing a good smile to my face when I see new subscribers. So free kick it is for Leeds, as they did come away after a Brighton goal kick. Click. Roberts tries to go inside. Well, Bamford tried to go inside to Roberts, and Brighton can break away. We've tried to send away Trossard. It is Cooper who gets there first and gets it back to his goalkeeper, Casilia. Strauch it is. Both are left-footed. I think there's 2 centre-halves now, Strauch and Cooper. But it is Strauch playing on the right-hand side of the 2 centre-backs. Dallas. Can they enter the Brighton half? They will with a pass into Hernandez, not on the same wavelength as Rafinha, as the ball's gone behind him. And Brighton will have the throw-in with Joel Veltman. Really solid defensive performance today by Brighton, as they do look to find their 4th clean sheet only of the season. Matt Ryan has 2, and it will be Sanchez's 2nd as well. Thrown down the line towards Malpe. Comes off Cooper last, and that will be a Brighton throw-in again as they just push further up the pitch into the Leeds half. Percy Tau looks like he's going to be entering. Bit of a story of him. He's only just started to break into the first team for Brighton. As Malpe has it. Comes off Rafinha last again. Out for another throw-in. Yeah, he joined back in in 2018 by Union SG, who are in South Africa. Went on a few loan spells, mainly the one in Anderlecht in Belgium this season. He's been recalled, where his loan spell has ended in January, and despite being at the club for 2 years, he's just broke into the first team at the age of 26, and his first 2 appearances for the club did come against Newport and Manchester City. His first Premier League appearance was against City, and he played okay. And here he is, starting to become a first-team regular now, Percy Tau, at the height of 5'9". And it is Trossard who he will replace. Trossard's had a good game. Leandro was a big part of the link-up for the goal between him and McAllister, who was able to pull it across goal to Maupay for an open goal finish. Percy Tau, here he is, the South African. Got a good record as well for his nation. 26 appearances, 12 goals. Says he's 5'9". He does look a little bit maybe smaller than that. I'm not too sure. It's Struck with the ball for Leeds as we are back underway. It's out to Luke Ayling, inside to Matthias Klick. Inside looking for a Leeds midfielder, but he's been cut out by Dunk, and it's now Basuma. Into Gross, tries to turn Luke Ayling. The referee, I don't think he says it's a foul, but it will be a throw-in for Brighton instead. Still 1-0 between West Ham and Burnley. So we have 1-0 in this game as well. Currently heading towards the 74th minute. Stuart Dallas can't quite keep in a pass of Liam Cooper's. Brighton have throw-in again as they try to shift it to the opposite side, Leeds United. Joel Veltman to take number 34. Thrown down the line towards Maupay, gets it back towards Veltman. Inside towards Gross, cut out by, I think that was Luke Ayling who's over the left-hand side. His pass towards Rafinha is a bit too much on it, and out for another Brighton throw-in. Joel Veltman again with it. Another substitution to be made. Ian Poveda on, who's a little mini magician, you could definitely say, at the height of 5'5". He's replaced Rafinha, who hasn't had the greatest of games since joining Leeds this season from Stade Rennais. Ian Poveda on again, yet to start in the Premier League, but he has been effective every time he's come on. As Gross from the throw-in, he worked it towards the corner and got it off a Leeds player last to win a corner. Fantastically won by the German midfielder. He's been great there today. Pascal Gross just have a goal in as well. Pascal Gross. He's got 14 Premier League goals. 4 of them have been penalties. Pascal Gross to take. Leeds are joint top for most goals conceded from corners, alongside Leicester with 7. Because this would be a great way for Brighton to double their lead here and really get a good cushion in this game away at Leeds United. Would usually have a max sold out capacity probably of around 38,000, but unfortunately not. Gross crossed in towards the back post, where it falls towards Ben White's head of the way though before it gets to him by Dallas, and it's Basuma who work it behind him to Joel Veltman on the halfway line. Now back to Basuma, number 8 for Brighton. Is he going to clip the ball back in? He is. And I think Dunk is going to try and challenge for it. He was blocked off by Cooper, and an easy collection for Casilia. Rolls out quickly to Ayling. Down the line to Roberts. Back to goal. Is allowed to turn. Chops nicely past Maupay, who was pressuring him. It's a right-footed pass straight to Percy Tau. Too easily intercepted for the South African. And tries to work it back towards Maupay. Intercepted. Straight towards Harrison. His pass towards him has been intercepted as well by Dan Burn, out for a throw-in for Leeds United. Will we get late drama in this game? Like I said, there's not been a draw in this game for quite a while. In the last 9, Brighton have won 7 and Leeds have won the last 2. First meeting was a 2-1 win for Brighton at home back in 1960 in a League Division 2 match. Will this one be 2-1? Hernandez plays it to Harrison, tries to pull it back, cut out by Joel Veltman, out for a Leeds corner themselves. Can they make one of these count? The former Ajax defender doing a good job on that right-hand side and defending against the Leeds left-hand side. He's done so well quieting down Rafinha. He's had to be brought off for Ian Poveda. It's Jack Harrison. Right arm in the air, Outswinging, crossing, falls to a Leeds man, but it cannons unexpectedly off his leg, Liam Cooper, and it falls to Maupay. He works it back to his goalkeeper who can clear long first time. And Percy Tau will chase, but it's Dallas who gets there, and his clearance forward is met by Strauch. And it's now to Pablo Hernandez. Bursts forward. Nice pace from the veteran midfielder. Tries to slip through towards Patrick Bamford, cut out by Webster. And he can only get it as far as a throw in for Leeds. Again, just compacting that final third. Can't quite find a way through yet. Quickly thrown in towards Harrison. Finds Hernandez. On the edge of the box it goes to Click. Goes to the right hand side to Pascal Strauch. Towards Luke Ayling. Can he work a cross in on the edge of the box? No, he doesn't. He goes along the edge of the box to Tyler Roberts. Can he work a bit of space for a shot, maybe? Try to get away from the press of Ben Wright. He just clips a cross in towards the back post, headed away by Solly March. It's still towards the edge of the box where Dallas chases it and keeps it under his spell. Tries to look a ball inside for Tyler Roberts. Cut out by Veltman. It falls to Percy Tau. Can't quite release it to Maupay, and Leeds come again forward to Click, who cuts onto his right foot. Finds Harrison into Roberts. Dinks ball in towards Bamford. Flicked on by a Brighton player. Solly March taking no prisoners with that one and just heading it behind for a corner. The pressure from Leeds is starting to really mount. Can it pay off though with a goal? Still 1-0 in the fixture. We could have 2 1-0s here. The 3 o'clock kickoff's taken short to Click. His cross has been cut out and blocked off by Percy Tau, so it'll be another corner for Leeds United. It's Harrison to take again as he places the ball down. It's going to be an in-swinger towards the near post, headed away by Basuma. Poor corner. Going to fall to Click, who just tries to lay it off back to Harrison. Too much on it. Out for a Brighton throw-in as they easily survive a Brighton, a Leeds corner. Really poor delivery right in the near post, not even close to a Leeds man. Dan Burn strolling over to take the throw-in as Brighton look to take another chance at a substitution with Davy Proper. Going to be coming on, who did get the assist for the 90th minute goal for Solly March in the Newport game, as even a goal so late on wasn't enough as they conceded in the 96th minute. He looks to be coming on very, very soon. Liam Cooper has it. Brighton try to break, but they were dispossessed. Looks towards Ian Paveda on the right with a lifted ball. Too much on it again, out for a Brighton throw. Will he make the change now for Davy Proper? Is Kevin Friend wants a word with one of the Leeds players, I think? Or maybe one of the Brighton players. Is Davy Proper? Is headband ready? Is Maupay to actually come off as he does a light jog off the pitch? Neil Maupay, the man who currently separates the two teams with his 4th goal against Leeds in 5 appearances. And remember, like I said earlier on, every time he scored against Leeds, those 3 times he did, they've won the game. And every time he didn't score against Leeds, that one time, they lost. So it's a good omen, like I said. And so far, that run might continue. Every time he scores against Leeds, he wins. Proper's on to condense midfield now for Brighton as they lift it forward. So Liam Cooper will get there first. Percy Tau will lead the line for Brighton as Casilia chips it towards Luke Ayling. Over his head, falls towards Paveda. But it is Solly March it falls to, and he gets it to Basuma. Solly March takes it away from Matthias Click and goes inside to Adam Webster, who will latch onto the pass and run forward. Can he maybe take a shot on himself? He can with a left foot just on the edge of the box. Casilia equal to it. Very close from the 6'3" centre-back of Adam Webster. Not really known for his goals because he's only collected 3 in 52 appearances for Brighton. This has been his 52nd. No goals yet this season as well. Is when Lewis Dunk was also suspended after his red card against Crystal Palace. Adam Webster actually took over the captaincy as he's having to try to cut out a Tyler Roberts cross. He couldn't quite do so, but the actual captain himself came to his rescue and was able to block off the pullback from Tyler Roberts, but it doesn't matter because he was offside. Like I was just saying, how he took over the captaincy of Lewis Dunk while he's suspended. He was onside as well there, Tyler Roberts. He was caught out there, Adam Webster, and he had to actually ask for the help of the actual captain, Dunk, to cut out the pullback, and I think he was onside there, Tyler Roberts. But it doesn't matter because nothing came from it in the end. Got to remember, no VAR's been used yet. Craig Pawson and assistant VAR Richard West have definitely got their feet up watching this game at the minute. No worries of having to have any calls of VAR. Lucky though from Webster, going back to that shot he had. Worked it away from Strauch and just on the edge of the D on the edge of the box was able to get a strike away. Not enough power to beat the keeper as Casilio actually dropped it behind him, and nearly, if he was a bit further towards his line, he could have actually just dropped that behind him into his goal. That was quite lucky, that, as Brighton win a free kick just inside the Leeds half. Bit of battling in the midfield, and they won the free kick. About 7.5 minutes to go play. Dan Burn will be the one to take it. Is he going to launch it towards the box? Is he going to go for a switch? He's going to go for a launch in towards the box, towards Davy Proper. Too much on it, goes over the head of everyone. And out for a throw, and right in towards that corner flag as well. I think they would have much preferred a goal kick there. Leeds to just launch it forward. But it's been thrown by Dallas to Hernandez. Back to Dallas again, able to take under control. Hernandez into Click. Over to Strauch at centre-back. They've worked that out very nicely. Luke Kaelin down the line to Ian Poveda, who's playing on the right-hand side. Jack Harrison was shifted over to the left-hand side. Matthias Click inside the Leeds half. Completes a 1-2. And tries to get past the midfield of Brighton. He does do so, and he tries to launch it forward. And as he does, he was completely taken out by Solly March. And that's going to be a free kick in a dangerous position here for Leeds to be able to get it in the box if they decide to, or they could take it short. I personally get all the defenders in the box there and launch it in. Did well to get past about 3 Brighton midfielders, and then, yeah, completely swiped out there by Solly March. And the free kick has been won. I think they are going to take it towards the right-hand side to Poveda. They've got a few men in the box. Can Poveda work a crossing? Tries to find Ayling. It's a really shocking pass by Ian Poveda and seen out by Solly March, the one who gave away the free kick. Really poor, that. From Ian Poveda. There's not been on the same wavelength, and then there is just a poor pass in general. West Ham still 1-0 against Burnley at home. Robert Sanchez to take the goal kick. Towards the left-hand side. Towards Dan Burn. Over his head. And does fall to Strauch, who's been pressured by Percy Tau, but is able to shrug him off and play it to Casilio. So I've had a bit of buffering here, sorry. Sorry, my stream is just frozen. I swear, if anything happens now, I'm going to be absolutely livid. Sorry about this. Hopefully nothing happens. No, nothing has happened. Just over 4 minutes to play. Still Leeds 0, Brighton 1. Leeds are in possession. As you go to Liam Cooper. Over to Strauch. Finds Luke Ayling. Inside to Roberts. Goes onto his left foot and looks to the left-hand side. To Matthias Click. Finds him. It's now Jack Harrison. Try to take on Joe Veltman. He does do so by going on in the inside. Then goes back on the outside. Tackle by Veltman in the area and brought down. The referee said it's a fair challenge and Brighton can clear away. Only as far as Cooper. Back to Dallas. Can he work a crossing himself? Hernandez is in support. He'll use him. We know he's a magician. Ah, my days. Hernandez should have looked for a cross himself, but decided to go back towards Dallas. And again, too much on it. Goal kick for Brighton. No, I don't think that's a penalty kick, that, on Veltman and Harrison. I think he won the ball there fairly. Thank you to everyone who's stayed around and stuck around and watched the game and watched the commentary. I do appreciate everyone who is here and everyone who likes and subscribes as well to go the extra mile. Next commentary is on the 22nd, next Friday. Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Borussia Dortmund. Something different on the channel as the Robert Sanchez goal kick wasn't able to be kept in by Percy Tau. And a quick throw in by Strauch gets the Leeds back underway, back on the pitch. Can they nick a late draw here? It will only be Brighton's third win of the season, and all three of them would have been away from home. 3-0 against Newcastle, 2-1 against Aston Villa, and it looks like a 1-0 against Leeds today. And if the loss is picked up here by Leeds, they will now have more losses than Brighton themselves on 9. Brighton will have to stay on 8 to their relief as Pablo Hernandez looks towards Dallas, cut out by Basuma at the corner, clears it, deflects off Harrison as well and wins a throw-in. Great midfield play by Basuma. Graham Potter just urging his team on. There's not long left now for him to pick up his 16th win as boss of Brighton in his 64th game, 120th game of Bielsa's, and he's going to be picking up his 38th loss at this rate. Thrown down the line straight to Cooper. Matthias Klick gets past Ben White nicely. Goes down the line to Harrison, able to work a cross in, headed away by Webster, only as far as Luke Ayling. His first strike has been fell to Bamford. Luke Ayling in the box, can he work a shot? A free kick's been given against Bamford though, and a challenge on Veltman in the end as he stays on the ground. Bit of a mix-up there on the box. As that cross came in and was headed away by Webster, honestly, about 3 Leeds players all went for the ball at the same time. Here it is. It's Hernandez, Robertson, Ayling. No one could really make up their mind of who was going to shoot it. It was actually Robertson in the end who poked it forward towards Bamford, and his shot in the end led to a foul on Joel Veltman. And with 90 seconds to go, there's still 1 goal to the good Brighton. This would be big as they gain an extra 3 points, go on to 17 points and move 5 points away from Fulham, who play at 5:30 against Chelsea. Could cause a bit of a gap there. And they will go 16th as well, 1 point above Burnley, who are currently getting beat 1-0 to West Ham away. The free kick's been taken towards Percy Tau. Leeds win the header straight back towards a Brighton player. They've gone straight back to a Leeds player, and Leeds have the ball again. Should have really kept possession a bit better there, Brighton, as 1 minute is left on the clock, plus additional time. Klick inside to Poveda. Can he set away Luke Ayling, or is he going to go inside to Roberts? He goes inside to Roberts, completes a 1-2. Ian Poveda, formerly of Manchester City, in the academy of Chelsea and Barcelona, over to Jack Harrison, 1-on-1 with Veltman. Goes in towards Dallas, dummies it to Poveda. It falls to Pablo Hernandez. He finds Luke Ayling, poor pass. Wasn't able to keep it in his stride there, Luke Ayling, and Solly March can clear towards Percy Tau. Header won by Liam Cooper, only as far as Pascal Gross. Can they maybe get a second here, Brighton, to kill the game off? Gross running down the left-hand side. He's got Percy Tau in support. Can't find him. Oh, yes, he can. Nice little reverse ball. Picked off, though, by Pascal Strauch in Leeds. Go again. I think there'll be about 4 minutes of added on time, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. 10 seconds to go. Matthias Klick, ball over the top. He finds Jack Harrison, does he? Oh, it's too much on it, to the frustration of Leeds. As we're about to find out how much time is added on. Veltman will be taking the right-back position of Brighton. 3 minutes of additional time held up on the board of Lee Mason. Veltman throws it down the line, headed on by Davy Proper. Percy Tau can't win it against Liam Cooper, and he's headed behind him to Pascal Strauch. Can mean Leeds can try and burst away again on an attack. All men behind the ball for Brighton. Matthias Klick. Going to shift it to the right-hand side. To Pablo Hernandez. Looks towards Ian Poveda. Can he get a left-footed cross in? He does do so. Towards Bamford, headed away by Webster. To the box to Klick. Volleyed. Again, cleared away with a boot of Adam Webster. Falls to Cooper. Strauch. Glided towards Poveda on the right-hand side. Inside to Pablo Hernandez. Looks for the pass towards Roberts in the box. Does find him. Now he's back on the edge of the box. Now in the box, on the byline. Works across. Blocks off by Dunk. Out for a throw-in. Man of the match by me is Lewis Dunk, number 5. Been fantastic all-round defensively for Brighton. So that's my man of the match, Lewis Dunk. Cooper to Klick. Just met by a wall of blue shirts and blue shorts and blue socks as a poor passes. Gives straight to Veltman. He can try and send away Percy Tau. Nods it down to Davy Proper. It's a 4v2 currently. 4 Leeds players against 2 Brighton. It's Proper. He's just going to slow the ball down and look towards the corner flag maybe. No, he turns nicely. He's now in the box and then goes back towards the corner. Nice clever play from Proper. Goes behind into his other Dutch international, Joel Veltman, and he goes backwards towards Adam Webster. As they just need to try and keep the ball now. Brighton inside to Lewis Dunk. Gone towards the right hand side to Davy Proper. He's able to bring it down and go into Percy Tau. He's going towards the corner flag himself again, or he's going to work it into the box. He's in the corner flag. holding up against Strauch and Dallas. Can he maybe win a throw-in or a corner? That's gone out for a goal kick. Percy Tau couldn't keep it in. 55 seconds to go. Can Leeds perform a little bit of a miracle, really, because they've not really been too prolific in front of goal today in terms of actually creating chances and getting shots on target. Can they do it within the last 45 seconds? It's Click to Luke Ayling on the right-hand side. In the Brighton half they go. Click. Switches on. He'll go for it. Easily cut out by Veltman. He's even able to chest it down and clear down the right-hand side of Brighton. Only as far as Liam Cooper on the left-hand side of Leeds United. He goes over to Pablo Hernandez. Only 20 seconds to go. Hernandez over to Ian Poveda. They need to try and work a crossing if they can. Ian Poveda down the right-hand side. He's going to go back, is he, to Hernandez? No, he's going to work a crossing himself towards Bamford, headed away and helped on by Ben White. We've just got 5 seconds left of the 93 that has been allocated to be played, and Percy Tau's got their header strike on the clearance, plays it back to Webster, and that's 3 points for Brighton. Massive celebration from the players on the pitch, and Graham Potter with his backroom staff. They know how big of a 3 points that is, and it's been an unbelievable defensive performance by Brighton as they stride to their 4th clean sheet of the season, their 3rd win of the season, all 3 being away from home. And after a very long and hard working week for Brighton, they have finally got a Premier League win out of it. And to the disappointment of Leeds, it is fully deserved by Brighton. They were better than Leeds attacking, better than them defensively, stronger in the midfield, and a fully deserved 3 points for Graham Potter. Wins don't come around very often for Brighton in the Premier League as of late, but when they do, they really do put in a performance. Great win for Brighton. They get themselves 5 points away from the drop zone, 1 point ahead of Burnley, who are now going to be in 17th place if nothing's changed in the game against West Ham, and it hasn't. So that means full time as well. West Ham 1, Burnley 0. So they are in 16th now. They launched themselves up a place, now on 17 points. Maupay with the goal, and like I said, that run continues. The 5 games he's played against Leeds, he's scored 4 times, and every time he scored, his team have gone on to win. Very well deserved. As Brighton do march on after game week 19 with 3 points as they look ahead to try and do what they need to do and stay in the Premier League. And if they're going to be playing like that and defending like that, then I think they will just be okay. A great display of football again by Graham Potter's men. That's what we expect when we watch Brighton. They might not be able to win too many games, but they at least give us some good football to watch. Leeds frustrated, stuck in 12th on 23 points. They'll have to sort out their defensive attitudes and performances because it's just not been good enough as of late. And that will see the end of this game. It ends Leeds 0, Brighton 1. A 17th minute Maupay goal was the difference. Despite hitting the bar later on in that half, Brighton didn't need to score many goals because Leeds were a bit lacklustre in their attack. That led to them not being able to get themselves on the score sheet. 2 bad results on the trot against teams from Sussex. Yeah, it's not been great for Leeds as of late. They've really struggled to conjure some solid performances. Leeds United, FA Cup defeat, Brighton defeat, and a Tottenham defeat in their last Premier League game has led to them just having a bit of a halt to their season. But under Marcelo Bielsa, he'll look to try and rebound them back to good form as quick as possible. Thank you to everyone who joined the live stream today. It's been a very enjoyable one. Thank you to everyone who joined, liked and subscribed, all that stuff. Thank you very much. Next commentary, 22nd of January it is a game from the Bundesliga game, Mönchengladbach versus Dortmund, 22nd of January. I think it is a 7 o'clock kickoff, so it'll probably be like a 6:45 stream start. Just make sure you're checking the channel on next Friday, to see when that game is. So thank you very much for watching. Brighton walk away with the 3 points after 3 games in all competitions on the bounce. They were able to get the energy to come through, play Leeds in their own backyard, and in the last 10 games in this fixture, Brighton have won 8. Leeds left frustrated as they have to go into their next game off the back of 3 losses on the bounce.